Hi there. Sitting with me now is Ronni Jolles, and I'm really not sure how to introduce her, so I'm going to let her say I am a
Paper artist.
paper artist. So I guess it's fair to say, what's your favorite medium? And the answer is paper.
Paper, yes.
So some people might think, where do you get all this paper from? Do you scavenge around and in the recycle bin, or do you go to stores and buy? How do you find your materials?
I look for paper everywhere I go, all over the world. Most of the paper that I have is from overseas. So if I'm traveling, I will look for paper. My best source is in New York, but they closed after 35 years. So I'm a little bit nervous about where my paper source is going to be, but I will find something, I know that. So that's the answer for now.
You've got a piece here that has many different colours in, but what is your go-to colour? What makes you happiest to work in?
I don't think I have a go-to color.
Okay.
I like turquoise. I like sort of in the blues and greens, I think. But it depends on what I'm doing as to the colors I use, I think.
Is there a colour that you have to force yourself to use?
It used to be green, but then I did a week-long program up in Vermont in the summer, so everything was green. And I had to learn how to differentiate all the different greens, the blue greens and the olive greens. So now I'm okay with green, but that's my hardest color still.
So something like this is what you're doing most of, and we'll get to it in a minute, but the rest of the question is that then a springboard for instance, what have you got on your head?
Oh, this is my logo.
So that is, so you've been able to translate your art into other items?
Into a logo. This was just one thing I did. That's the only thing I have with my logo, but but it's fun. It's fun to have a hat that's different than other people.
Sure. What can you tell us about this?
I chose this piece because if you look at the visit to my studio that's going to be on the virtual tour, I talk about this piece before. I had moved down any of the trees. I hadn't done a lot of the flowers, so I thought it would be a good one to bring now so people can see how it's coming along. It's not quite finished. I have to still do a little bit of fixing, and I haven't varnished or anything yet, but I thought that was a good reason to bring this piece so you could see how it's developed.
Does your art travel, like is your art hanging on the wall somewhere in another country? Have you sold?
That's a good question. I don't know. I have sold to people who are from other countries, but I don't know where they ended up. They were in the military, and I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know how to answer that.
Okay. If your house is burning down, you can leave with 3 things that are art related. What are those 3 things?
That's a tough question because we had a fire in 2002.
You may already know the
my
answer.
whole studio burned down. So
oh, that's terrible.
It was rough. So that's a very tough question, but I think the thing I missed the most was my sketchbooks and all of my files of photographs that I had taken. Those were the things I wish I'd been able to go back and get them.
Yeah. Is there a place you'd like to visit for inspiration for
Yes.
your work? What is that? Where is that?
Cinque Terre in Italy. Every time I see pictures of it with all those little houses and the little, have you been there?
No, but I know exactly what, and as soon as you said it, I thought, yes, that's a very Ronni place.
That's a place I am dying to go to, and I will get there.
Yes.
Soon.
Yes.
But that's somewhere that's on my list, and I would like to go to South America too.
Oh, South America. Do you use buildings mostly or trees?
I like marketplaces. I like buildings that are falling apart a little, that are old and decrepit. I love trees. I'm doing a series on women working, so it's women doing work that they do all over the world. So
Thanks very much, Ronni. It's
Thank
been great
you.
talking to you.
thanks.